Hey there, I'm Lorraine McQueen. I'm a registered nurse of 30 years, a certified dementia caregiver, and I've had several family members with dementia. I've made it my commitment to supporting dementia caregivers, whether they're taking care of their loved one at home or in a facility. Medication management can be challenging, but it really is essential for the well being of your loved one. So that's why today I want to share with you some medication tips. So, the first thing that I want to talk about is understanding the different types of pills. So, the first one is the tablet. That's your old aspirin, that white one. It's easy to crush, but it can be difficult to swallow, especially for somebody with dry mouth, dry throat. The next one is caplets. Now, these are similar to the tablets, but they're a little smaller. They're oblong. They have like a film coating, and they are often scored, which means that they have the little line where you can cut them in half if you need to. Then there are capsules. These are the ones that have two halves that are put together, and you can easily open those and take the medicine out if you need to. You can sprinkle it in their food or in a drink if needed to get that in them. Then there are the soft gels. These are the ones that are spit out the most often. They feel unnatural in their mouths. They don't like them, and they usually will not take them. I've seen them spit them across the room. They're the least favorite of everybody's. Then there are the chewables. These are your ones that are like the kids' chewable vitamins. There's also calcium chews. There's all different kinds of those. So the things with those that they add flavoring to make those taste better, but sometimes the potency is just not quite the same as it is with another type of pill. Then there's the extended release. The extended release is the one that the medicine just slowly comes out over a period of time. It may be an 8-hour release, 12-hour, 24. But know that those pills cannot be crushed. If you crush an extended release, they're getting that whole dose at once, which is not good for them. Then there is the enteric coated tablets. These are probably the most common one is the aspirin that's enteric coated, and they're orange, not all orange, but the enteric coated aspirin are orange, and they have that coating to protect the lining of the stomach so that the medicine can move on down and get released later in the gut. So these are the different types of pills that you will encounter. And then the next thing is medication safety. So what I want to talk here is the first thing is organizing the medications. Use a pill keeper, some sort of whatever works for you, but I have found the one that most helpful for me is the one that is separated by 4 times a day, and that is, morning, afternoon, evening, and bedtime. And also, if you get the one where each day comes out, that's much easier for them. So say it's Monday and I've filled the pills for the week, and then I can just set out this one little container for today, and it's got the 4 sections in it. That's going to help your loved one know when to take their pills, and it's also going to help you know whether they've taken them or not. One of the biggest problems with people early in dementia is that they will take their pills too many times or they won't take them for 3 days. So it's best to get involved and help them with that. At some point, people with dementia usually start refusing to take their medicines. And when that you get to that point, it's a good idea to track the medicines, especially the ones that they're refusing. This will let your doctor know what he needs to do because some medicines are important and some are not. So it will help him to make that call whether he needs to try something different. There are different forms of medicine. If you're having problems with them taking pills, then some of the medicines come in liquids. So just make sure you're keeping those records and talking to your doctor about that. And another area of safety with medications is eye drops. Many people, as they get older, their eyes dry out or they may get eye disease. And so some people have to take eye drops 4 times a day. If you have to give your loved one eye drops, my go-to is in the morning before they get out of bed, at night when they go to bed. And then if you've got to do it during the day, a recliner works really good if you have one. And also, when you're giving those eye drops, make sure that that bottle never touches the eyelid or anything else. If it does, you can get bacteria in there, and that bacteria will grow in that little bottle, and you'll be putting it right in their eyes. Bowels is another area that many caregivers struggle with. People with dementia, usually their bowels, they go from one extreme to the other. Either they're really constipated or they have diarrhea. So most doctors have a bowel protocol. So you'll want to talk to your doctor about a bowel protocol. There are pills that they can give every day to help keep them regular. So make sure that you touch base with that. But like I said, the protocol, like in the nursing home, usually it was 3 days. After 3 days, then we got involved. So on day 4, we would give them prune juice for breakfast. Day 5, we would give a suppository. Day 6, we would give an enema. So there was a plan. So it's a good idea to track your loved one's bowel movements, especially if they're having problems, so that you'll know and be able to share that information with the doctor so he can develop a plan. And then I want to talk about timing. Timing of medicine, very important also. So if you have somebody who is supposed to get medicine twice a day, and it's one of those 12-hour release that we talked about, you're going to want to make sure it's early in the morning and then late in the evening. If you are giving an antibiotic, keep in mind that if it says 3 times a day, that really means every 8 hours. So try to spread that out accordingly and do the best as you can. Understand that the side effects of the different medicines. So if you are starting a behavior medicine on your loved one, then know that the side effect of that is usually drowsiness. So anytime your loved one is starting a new medicine, look at the side effects and know what to watch for so that you can let your doctor know if there are problems. The next thing is medication management strategies. So when I talk about this, I'm referring to a couple of different things that you can do to help make your life a little easier. So routine is very important for somebody with dementia. They need their days to be the same. They need that structure and that routine to help them feel comfortable and safe. So you want to stick to that routine as best you can. So if they take their medicine every morning with an orange juice, as soon as they get up, stick to that routine. Your life will go much easier. Then look at simplifying the options. Make their life as easy as possible, especially with their medicines. So if you have a loved one who's still living in their own home and they're still taking their own medicine, I would recommend going over at least once a week and filling their med keeper for them for the week. Then that way you've got that sense of security, and they also will have that sense of security, especially if they are worried themselves about whether they've taken their too many meds or not enough, because they often know that they're struggling. So just make it as easy as you can. And then monitor for interactions and side effects. Make sure you let your doctor know of anything that's not going right. And then regularly review their medication plan. As people age, they often don't need those same medicines anymore. So your loved one may have been on blood pressure medicine for 20 years, and now they don't need it anymore. And you may be seeing that they're getting lightheaded. They're just they're a little off. Check their blood pressure, and you see that it's low. Then you want to let your doctor know, because they may need to cut that dose down or completely stop it. And there are lots of medicines. People get put on medicines and they're on them for years, and they don't always need those. One of the medicines that is routinely cut out is the cholesterol medicine. That, at some point, do they still need that? Talk to your doctor about that. And then you will need to use creative approaches. And what I mean by that is you've got to change your wording usually to get them to take their medicine. I've got several go-to phrases. My favorite one is, if I'm giving somebody medicine that's crushed up, then I will say, "Oh, it's in applesauce or sherbet," which is my favorite, is orange sherbet. But I would say, "Oh, I just finished making this. Can you taste this and see if I need to add more sugar?" And usually they will do it. And I recommend that if you're mixing their medicine in something, orange sherbet is preferred because it is cold, it's sweet, and it goes down smooth. Medicine crushed up in applesauce just doesn't taste good. So keep that in mind and try that one. But also try to do it in one bite, because you may only get one chance. So make it the smallest amount possible to get it in, and they can take it all at once. So I have created a list of go-to phrases, and I will attach that below here so you can use that. Lots of times it will also help if you sit down and you take your medicine the same time they do. It's a like, let's share this, let's do this together kind of thing. Also, you can use the doctor said. That works great. I've used that so many times because people of the older generation, uh, they followed whatever their doctor said. There was no question. What their doctor said, that's what they did. So that will frequently help. If you say, your doctor said you need to take this, and another one is, this helps your pain. This one is for your arthritis pain. Give them the reason, but I will attach that list below here for you. So I want to thank you for joining this session, and I hope that I have shared some tips with you that will make your life a little easier. I also have a blog. On my blog, I have the article is here that has this information in there. If you want to go there and get some more details, you can. I'll put that link below. The blog is alzheimersinyourhome.com. And then I also want you to go on and watch the next video here. So I have a playlist for caregiver tips. So if you will go check this out, it will help you tremendously. I'm sure you'll learn something new that will make your life easier. So again, thank you very much, and I hope I've been helpful.